Well, hello, my beautiful Pisces. Welcome to my channel. This is Baba Jolie here with your twin flame reading for the end of October, right through the end of November 2024. I've already cleansed your space and have meditated on your cards. For those of you who are returning, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your wonderful likes, shares, and subscribes. I am truly grateful for all your beautiful energy. Just a little reminder though, this is a general reading, not a one-to-one reading, just so you're aware. Also, please be mindful, scammers are about, pretending to be me and lots of other tarot readers. I do not do personal readings, and I will never reach out to you personally to offer one. Also, I will never ask you for money, e-gifts, or donations. So if anyone masquerading as me asks for anything at all, please report them or ignore them. It is a scam, okay? Let's move straight on with your reading. I'm going to cleanse your space hourly, so please be mindful there's going to be 3 loud sounds. Let us begin. Okay, my beautiful Pisces, this is your twin flame reading for those twins who are currently in separation. I'm going to get all of your cards first before I connect to an outcome. And the first pile will be your protagonist energy, second pile will be your person's energy, and the third pile is the unified energy of how things come together, okay? Also, if anyone is mentally, physically, or emotionally abusive, that is not a twin flame connection. That's more likely to be a false flame connection, and it will waste your wonderful time and drain you of your beautiful love. So let us begin. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisces? What do they need to know? Can you please guide them for their highest good? What are they meant to see regarding their current twin flame situation? Can you please show them how things are transforming, what's going on with them and their person, and how things may come together? Okay, we have cycles and soul activation for your person. So there's a big change coming. That's for sure in this particular twin flame connection, but there is a bit of a cycle repeat. You probably don't need me to tell you that, but let's see how things will continue. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisces? What do they need to know regarding this situation? We have the Wheel of Fortune, interesting, over the Cycles card, because the Wheel of Fortune card actually is a cycle. Sometimes it's up, sometimes it's down. You know, it can be that there's a lot of chaos in this particular twin flame connection, and, you know, there's a lot of disruptive energy, maybe even influences outside of the union that have prevented this union from taking shape. Now, it doesn't have to be a third-party situation, okay? I want you to be aware of that. It can be that this person, you know, they tend to be with their friends, and their friends or family are influencing. Could also be addictions, for example, or some sort of influence from the past is really haunting this particular twin flame connection and preventing it from moving forward. But we will see what's going on there. Now, a twin flame, as I'm shuffling, I'll just give you a bite-sized idea of what it means to be in one. For those wonderful people who've just come to my channel for the first time, welcome. And of course, if you have been here before and you're returning, welcome back. I really appreciate your wonderful energy here. Twin flames, they are a spiritual awakening. More than an actual physical romantic relationship, it's a process that prepares us to release lower vibrational energy that tends to keep us stuck in fear, in cycles of repeat, addictive patterns, unhealthy attachments. It's an intense inner vibrational transformation, and it's a period where we go through a journey of discovery, which must be done alone, and it's triggered by the twin flame connection. Now, it's to spin us off onto our true life's purpose and mission and embrace unconditional love. And only then can the reunion process really take place and be sustainable. Twin flames, they tend to have had some sort of traumatic experience before they even meet each other. And if they've not made any headway to healing that part of themselves, then of course the twin flame dynamic will amplify those fears, addictions, codependencies, trust issues, even self-loathing, whatever it is that is needing to be healed, it will be amplified by the twin flame dynamic. Now, twins, of course, they meet in very similar vibrations. The magnets, I like to call them magnets, they're identical in polarity. If you think of two magnets, an energy exchange indicates that, of course, they push and pull. So an identical polarity magnet on either side will be attracted to each other, but also repel each other. There is a space in between where they cannot fully connect properly. It's misaligned somehow. And that's because there needs to be that space. That is a separation period. It's a rite of passage. It's a necessary pause in the union so both parties can go off and explore themselves on a more deeper, intimate level to transform anything that needs to be healed, process it, and make healthier choices as a human, so that they can then give that to the twin flame dynamic. Now, it's not a game, it's an energetic exchange, and it's a formed sacred union as a result of shared difficulty and pain. So you may actually find out that your twin has had very similar journeys or experiences in life as you, or certainly the lessons will have been very much the same. And they actually reflect back to you your greatest strengths, but also your greatest weaknesses. And that's where the trigger part comes in, because there tends to be a certain dynamic in a twin flame journey, a runner, a chaser, and a separation period. Now, of course, it's not always typical to form. There's always that unusual one where there will be two runners, for example, in a twin flame dynamic. So please apply it to your situation. But usually there is a chaser, a runner, and a separation period. And the chaser is more spiritually evolved, ready to surrender to the union, willing to go through the healing process. And the runner tends to feel overwhelmed by unconditional love. There tends to be an abandonment issue at the heart of a twin flame connection. And the runner will look in that mirror, because remember, twin flames are mirrored experiences. The twin will look in that mirror and see all the things within themselves. When they look at their twin, they'll see it. All the things within themselves that need to be healed. All the things that they've been running away from their whole life before they even met their twin. It's a projected experience. So they suddenly get very overwhelmed and they deny their feelings or avoid and push their twin away. It feels like a rejection, but actually the twin who is the runner, they're rejecting parts of themselves. Okay, it's very hard to accept that. I totally get that. Being into twin flame dynamic myself, when I first met my twin, I pushed away because I'd been broken in a previous experience by a karmic, and I was not willing to open myself up to the potential that I could get hurt again. There were so many other things going on there as well, but as someone who initially was a runner in a twin flame dynamic, I completely can understand that it's very complex, and sometimes we question even if a twin flame dynamic exists. And I can see for some of you, you're questioning that right now, because there is a Five of Swords here. You've got a lot on your mind. There's a lot of self-sabotage going on in this union. And let's get to the heart of it, okay? But that's a little bite-sized idea of what it means to be in a twin flame dynamic. There's so much more online, okay, that can give you, a deeper explanation. But your first card, my beautiful Pisceans, is cycles. Now, a lot of emotion here, a wave of emotion, the ocean of your heart. You love this person so deeply, and it is so overwhelming. How can you feel so deeply about a person, and yet the union is separate? I totally understand. There's a lot of pain here. I mean, Five of Swords, I feel like there's a lot of pressure, a lot of tension. It's on your mind a lot. With that Five of Swords also, it can indicate that you feel like you're being given the brush off by this person. You feel that they're being totally avoidant. I see that they are emotionally avoidant. One of the lessons that they're meant to learn there is self-love, okay? But interesting, because you've got cycles and this huge wave of emotion. Your person has anchor, so there needs to be some grounding in this particular union, because there is love. There's a lot of love here. And the outcome energy is mania love. So there's a lot of intense moments where you come together with this person. There's so much love, passion, devotion. And then suddenly there's nothing. Okay, it's almost like right now, I feel like your person is emotionally avoidant to some degree. They've got the Four of Swords there. So I feel there is an energy here of needing to bring this relationship back to a position where both parties can really identify why the twin who is a runner is emotionally avoidant. What's gone on there? Because there's always a reason. Now, they have the Four of Swords and they have the Empress energy. So, I mean, for some of you, this could be related to your twin flames parental guardian, especially on the maternal side. There's no excuses here. There's no blame game either. I'm here to try and understand the reasons of what's going on in this dynamic. So it could be that, for example, your person, your twin, grew up in a household where emotion was not freely expressed, or they spent a lot of time alone. Even if they were surrounded with people, they may feel like they were always on the outside looking in, and they found it really hard to bond with another. So they became super independent, self-sufficient, and they don't need anybody, of course. But when love presents itself, especially unconditional love, they feel it will somehow replicate a situation from when they were younger, okay? So there's something about that here. We will get into it, but your person is learning about unconditional love for self, and they're learning to choose healthier options, but they needed to do that in a separate entity. Now, you've got the Five of Swords and they've got the Four of Swords, so you're very close in vibration right now. I feel like both of you, there's a lot on your mind, a lot to unpick, and I feel like you both think about each other a lot, all the time. In fact, there is an energy here of, the idea of love and what it's meant to be. Sometimes we have this like grandiose idea of what we expect in love, and when we feel our needs are not met with the fantasy of what we feel it should be, sometimes we get a little bit disappointed. And I feel for your person, there's something in that. It's like they want something that they've never had, but they romanticize it, and they're in love with the idea of love, and when real love presents itself, they feel overwhelmed that they cannot match it. There's something a little bit misaligned about your person, but we'll get there in a moment. Right now, you're experiencing a cycle of repeat. You love this person, you've given this person ample opportunity, but with that Five of Swords there, you feel like you can't do this anymore. It's too hard, it's too sad, it's too painful. And remember, the twin flame journey, there is that separation period, so it can feel like a very lonely existence. And some people, they cannot take the journey. So you do have a choice as to whether you take that journey or not. There's always only one twin flame, but you can have a soulmate. And, of course you have to make that decision. But because you're here with this reading right now, I'm assuming that you want to reunite with your person, or at least see how far along they are on the twin flame journey. I also want you to be aware that some people say to me, well, why do twin flames not just communicate it? Why don't they just say how they're feeling? Well, of course, we're all very complex human beings, but twin flames, especially when they've experienced a level of trauma, twin flames tend to have had some sort of difficult upbringing or journey in life. And when you experience that level of trauma, the depth of love that is actually triggered in a twin flame relationship, it raises a lot of fearful emotions of losing that love or losing that person. So what happens is these fears start to surface in ways that play on a person's mind. And you and your person have a lot of very cerebral cards. You've got the Five of Swords and the Four of Swords. So there is an energy here of, fear in the surface of the mind, or at the forefront of the mind, which can trigger, especially deep conversations, can trigger unhealed responses. And that's why the spiritual work needs to be done. And that's when you'll replicate a cycle of unhealed responses that protect, from being hurt. So if someone's been hurt in the past, what they do is they put the barrier up. There's something that is impenetrable, and it needs to be worked through. It's important to build healthy boundaries, but not a brick wall, so the person cannot get through. So I feel there's something here that's a little bit unreachable in this particular twin flame dynamic. So we'll get there a little bit later, because I need to tap into, of course, your person's side. But I feel there's a misaligned conversation here, or something that hasn't been said. And it says in this card, your situation is gaining momentum. So get ready for a big change. Be sure to stay grounded, as this change can throw you off your center. So big emotions being revealed. But we do have mania love here. So I feel, there is an obsessiveness that is playing out in this particular twin flame dynamic. And there's an energy here as well of codependency, is what I'm feeling from this union. But I'll get to that in a moment. I feel like you're fed up of the cycle, and you recognize there needs to be change. And that's why you have the equivalent of the Wheel of Fortune card here. This is the Clover, of course. You know that you are destined to meet this person. You know that you are fated in some way to learn something from this person. You know, I always say, twin flames, never wait for your twin, okay? Because they have a process to complete according to their soul mission as well. And if you've got a really stubborn twin flame who is refusing to do the spiritual work, then you can't work on their timeline. You know, sometimes twin flames, they can be apart for a week, a day, a month, a year, a decade. Do not waste your wonderful time. When the moment is right, destiny will orchestrate a meeting between you both to come together, okay? So I do see destiny shifting right now to bring you and your person together once more. However, some of the work still hasn't been done yet. You still got a devil card present in your dynamic. And we've got the Four of Coins as well. So there's an energy here of someone holding on to something that, and it could be fear, because the Devil card is a card of fear. Could also be addictions that someone slips back into. It doesn't have to be a substance addiction, but it could also be just a cycle of fear, or a cycle of an unhealed response that comes to the surface every time you both get closer. Because I feel it's almost like, how can I put it? What I'm seeing is, you know, there's like spinning tops, because I'm scrying in the water at the same time as doing reading. Spinning tops that are like spinning around and they're going in different directions, and then they like come together, and it's like they want to get close, but the energy of the velocity of the spinning tops kind of spins them away in a different direction again, and they keep coming together. And I'm feeling this from your reading. It's like you keep being drawn towards each other, but it's like some sort of, there's a very intense energy about you both where you kind of like spin each other off in a different direction. So either this is conflict, arguments, or yeah, I'm going to have to pull a card on it because I can't quite locate it. I'll always be honest and say, you know what, this is very intense. I can't quite get to the heart of it. So I'll have to go a little bit deeper there. But this card indicates that there is a cycle of change, because the Wheel of Fortune energy represents transformation. You know, there's going to be a period where things get better, but we must not slip back into the same pattern of repeat. Otherwise, it will be stalemate. It will still go no further. Now, this card, of course, indicates surprise. Okay, so I feel like to some degree, you are very surprised by this connection. And I also feel you're surprised that things haven't come together by now. I also see here that you're going to be surprised that you get some sort of communication from this person. But there's a bigger surprise yet for you, my beautiful Pisceans. You're going to be surprised if you're not talking to someone new already. There's new chemistry coming in. I feel on the outskirts of your energy, there is new chemistry. There's a new attraction that is coming in. And whenever you get a 5, it can represent some sort of conflict, can represent some sort of rivalry. So if you're not talking to someone new already, I feel there is strong potential for you to meet someone new very, very shortly. But let's just focus on the twin flame dynamic for now. That's your choice and your choice alone. We all have free will, but I feel right now you're turning your own life around. I feel like you're transforming the dynamic of this particular twin flame connection by not really talking to this person anymore. The 5 of Swords indicates that you have a lot on your mind. You have a lot you want to say to this person, but I feel, you know, you've said everything that you need to say for yourself. You've been very authentic. I feel, you know, you recognize that you have to have a different way of approaching this connection because everything you've done before hasn't worked. I mean, you love this person. It's so deep, the connection. But I feel with that 5 of Swords, you're kind of going, okay, I got to just live and let live. I've got to step away from this because otherwise it is going to destroy your mental peace. Also, I feel there's an energy here of exile. Okay, I don't often get that word. Okay, exile. So you feel really shut out by this person. You feel completely like it's broken down and you feel it's been very unfair. There's been a lot of drama, a lot of conflict in this connection. And, you know, my beautiful Pisceans, it's not often that you would think about revenge, but I do feel, if I'm honest, there's an undercurrent of anger here. Okay, and of course that's natural, that's human nature. So I feel a lot of you are trying to process a lot of very exposing emotions right now, and I'm sending you a huge hug out there because I do see there's an energy of wounding going on here with you. With that 5 of Swords, there's an indication of feeling this person neglected the union or didn't invest in the union the way that you had hoped for. Now, 5 of Swords energy can indicate that Yeah, I keep being given this energy of being given the brush off. So you may have reached out to this person and either they didn't respond in the way that you'd hoped for. I feel there's neglect here. There's just an energy of either this person just refused to respond, okay? Which again, of course, is very unhealthy and unhealed, immature behavior, okay? Always look at actions over words for what is going on in the dynamic. You know yourself. But with the skull being present there, it's almost like you feel it's done, it's over. But I feel with that little bit of light there, you wonder if there's still hope. Okay? Deep down in your heart, you want there to be hope. It's almost like if you have a door that is shutting, you've left it a little bit ajar so that maybe one day they may come back. But deep down, I feel there is part of you that's like, you can't do this anymore. It causes too much conflict, too much pain. You may feel there's a lot of self-sabotage going on with your person. And I just get this sense that a lot of you feel it's more peaceful to just let it go. When you do that, you start to focus the energy onto yourself. You know, this is a card of transformation. Aces are new energy. So I feel you're taking accountability for your life. I feel like you are in a highly creative phase. Of course, you recognize that there is unlimited potential for transformation in this particular union, okay? But when I apply this card to yourself, you're being the catalyst for change because this is a major transformative card. It means this is the first step towards transforming when you take a step back. You have to be the change you want to see in this particular dynamic. Remember the magnets? If they are attracting each other, but they are in the same frequency, the same polarity, they're never going to match. And if you keep thinking about this person, reaching out to this person, wanting answers or closure from this person, it's going to perpetuate a cycle because the energy is remaining the same. But as soon as this magnet decides they're going to focus on their own life, their own true life's mission and purpose, self-care, self-love, all that wonderful emotion is going inwards to yourself, my beautiful Pisceans, then that is when you are changing your frequency. And that's when this magnet here gets closer and closer, but it also encourages your twin to step up or step out. So I feel it's really important to recognize that you are the catalyst for change because you've withdrawn. Especially in communication, I feel you've done everything that you could in this situation. But with that Ace of Wands, I feel like you are transforming this union. And I feel that for a lot of you, you want a new start. I feel like there's an energy here of you feeling it's at a stalemate and that you can't wait any longer. You know, time waits for no person. And I always say, do not wait for your twin. But this card can indicate that you've reached out many times for this person. You've tried to make it work. You've thought of different ways to communicate or heal this, but it's always met in the same way. So I feel you didn't want to have to put yourself in a position to meet someone new. I feel like you're so fed up of this dynamic, though, that you've been left with no other choice. So a lot of you feel it's kind of over. But you realize deep, deep down in the very bottom of your soul, you know that you haven't heard the last from this person because the Five of Swords is still the gap open. It's still the, you kind of know that you haven't heard the last from this person. It's not the Ten of Swords. It's not the end, but I feel, you wish that things would be different. But I feel like you've run out of ways to have it be different, okay? The onus is not just on you to make this work. I feel like you're an overgiver, my beautiful Pisceans, and a lot of you are here to learn about self-love, self-care, but also to recognize that your happiness is not tied up in another person. Sometimes that lesson alone, along with some abandonment issues, most twins have at the root. It doesn't have to be both twins, but at the root of a twin flame dynamic, there is some sort of abandonment issue where one of the parties feel they're going to be left. So in order to control the situation, to make sure that they're never hurt, they make sure they're the first one to leave. Okay, and I feel there's something about your person that is connecting to that. But let me just get into their energy. We have soul activation. Just by the sheer fact that you've stepped back or you're not giving to this anymore, even though this person's on your mind, okay, you've activated something within them to reach for a higher love, a higher vibration, and to align. Okay, I'm actually seeing chakras aligning right now. I don't normally talk about that, but I feel this person was stuck in there's like a blockage in their base chakra. Again, I don't normally talk like that. My guides are giving this to me. And this is about grounding, but it's also about sensuality. This person emotionally avoidant because their idea of what it means to love was very much a physical kind of, I don't want to say exhibition. What's the word I need for that? Physical... I can't think of it. Okay, if my guides give me one, then I will say it. Thank you so much. I'm truly grateful. Expression. You know, it's a physical expression of love rather than an emotional one. This person's running away from intimacy. Okay, so this is the person that you're dealing with. It says here, you're awakening to your soul purpose and claiming your place in the world, feeling inspired to showcase your gifts and talents. So this person may reach out about some sort of creative endeavor, okay, but I feel like you actually inspired this person to be a better person, okay, and I feel that this person very chaotic in their energy. They're definitely in a cycle of creativity, expressing themselves, which actually is really positive. Because that means they're starting to tap into their emotions. It means they're going deeper. They're seeking greater authenticity in life, and they're opening themselves up to choosing healthier options, but also nourishing themselves in a way where they can now reflect on love, unconditional love, because that's what this person's thinking about right now. Four Swords, they're in a solitary energy. They don't have anybody right now. They're also doing some healing, some recouping their energy, but they're thinking about unconditional love. They're thinking about being a parent as well, is what I'm being given. So either this person has been in a high-level commitment before in the past. They may have responsibilities. They may have a child, for example. They may be a parent. So please apply it to your situation. But if that is not your situation, I feel more than anything, they're thinking about, you know, parenthood or something they witnessed in their childhood regarding a parent or guardian where they felt very shut out, that they couldn't express themselves either creatively or emotionally. And I feel like they didn't have that grounding. They weren't emotionally secure in that environment, so they felt they couldn't express themselves, but they're learning to do that now. Okay, again, that doesn't help you, my beautiful Pisceans. It is a process, but let's go a little bit deeper and find out the real root of this separation. Can you please show me this particular dynamic, this twin flame relationship? Why has it been put on pause? What is going on with this? So we have the Chariot card. So the Chariot card, of course, is a card regarding commitment, energy, reciprocity, because it's a duality card. It means both parties need to give equal energy to this, but it's also about focus of what each party want for the future. So I feel there's something that was slightly misaligned. Your person was not looking for love when you met them, but also I feel like you weren't looking for love when you met this person. I feel there was a lot of physical attraction here. There was also a depth to it, but this person, I feel like they've got a lot of movement cards. So this person may have moved around a lot when they were younger, or they never had a solid base or a place to call home. I mean, it could be that either they were very nomadic or they just felt never settled in one place. They're always on the run, I just heard. They're always on the run. So it could be something that they experienced when they were younger and it's just filtered out. Maybe their parent or guardian always moved around with jobs, or there was never like a solid base. It could be somewhere that was temporary. The Lover's card. Okay, so I feel this person is trying to make some lifestyle changes, but it's always like whenever love, like settling down for the future and bonding to another person is on the cards, it's like they run in the opposite direction. They're running away from intimacy because you have to be truly exposed to be in a high-level commitment. You know, look at those figures there, okay? They are in all their glory, authentic. There's nothing to hide. And, you know, this person also has nothing to hide, but in order to reach that depth of intimacy in a relationship, it means you have to be exposed. Take that person as they are. So, you know, I'm just going to give you an example. This is the sort of person that if they, you know, woke up in the morning before their partner, they would jump out of bed and maybe either put on their makeup or, you know, they would, you know, get dressed and look really nice. Doesn't matter about the gender, male or female. This is not a gender-specific reading. It feels like they would try and be their perfect self, their best for the person, because they're not completely happy with themselves. There's an insecurity here. I want to say there is a bit of a self-loathing at the bottom here, but it feels more like insecurity and lack of self-esteem. Okay, there is a difference, but they're quite closely interlinked, but I feel it's not quite on the self-loathing side. But I feel this person is trying to transform their life and turn their life around. There's something about this person where they felt like they were not enough to provide for a relationship to settle down. Now, nobody's ever ready for love, right? Love tends to come along, especially twin flame, tends to come along when you're least expecting it. And this person felt like we're not in a position in life to settle down with a person that they saw that they could actually spend their life with, because they're thinking about all the things. They're thinking about, being with one person for their whole life. They're thinking about settling down, children, being a parent, or the legacy that they leave. Okay, and there's something about this person. I'm not sure what age I'm picking up on here, but I feel there's an energy of they like to be free. They like to be independent. But right now, I get an energy here that they always had the same response, and they were fine with that. So even if they've had high-level commitments in the past, they always had the same response, where no attachments, not getting in too deep, always on the surface, until they met their twin. And that forced them to really think about transforming their life. That's what I've got coming up here. I mean, the Knight of Swords is to transform your life, make lifestyle changes. So this person is in the middle of change right now. They are thinking about commitment. They are making some sort of progress in order to reach a position where they can be secure. Because the Lover's card indicates, and I'm clarifying how they feel about you and what's gone down there. I feel, they know that they've met their twin, but there's something in this person's family lineage where they are emulating a cycle or a pattern. Don't get too close. I'm almost getting this energy of a parent or guardian may have even told them to be ambitious and get a career or money or be ambitious before love. Love, it can take the back burner. It can take a back seat. Not important. Focus on being your best self. Focus on success. Focus on, getting ahead in life. That's a fast-paced kind of environment that this person almost like told themselves they were striving for, and now they're sitting there going, because I feel like they want long-term security. This is a card that indicates that. I feel there needs to be a bit more emotional grounding in this connection, of course. When you get the anchor, it means safety, stability, but it also means feeling stuck, drifting. So I feel they want emotional security. They want unconditional love. But with that anchor, somehow they feel like they're stuck in one place right now, and they feel like they're drifting and they cannot be in the flow of relationships. I'm going to find out why. For some of you, I feel that this person has been in a high-level commitment in the past. And I feel like, there is an energy of it being long distance. Okay, so it's almost like that was perfect for them because it was long distance and it was fine. They had their own time, focused on their own projects, success, all of those things, and they could dip in and out of love. But the twin flame dynamic is constant, and it's something that I feel like they have been running away from. So let me just pull another card on that before I move forward with their energy. Strength card, self-love, doing something different, bold and daring energy. Strength card indicates they've struggled with something. I feel like, they went for success. It's like they tempered their feelings in order to focus on success. Ego, okay? Now, we all have different aspects of ego, but this person, they like a lot of attention, okay? Doesn't mean they're flirting with other people. Doesn't mean that they want to be loved by everybody. It just means that they put a lot of their energy into success, into being seen, accomplishment, triumph, being awarded. And it comes from something from childhood where they feel like they were ignored. Even if they had siblings, they had to really shout to be heard. This person feels like, unless they're being pat on the back saying job well done, or things are going well for them, it's like they don't exist. So there's something there in that. Can you show me a little bit more about how they want to move forward in this twin flame connection? The Tower, the Death card. They have to have an ego death. Okay, Seven of Wands indicates they don't want to give up on this. Okay, what they indicate with these cards is they need to push an obstacle out of the way. Okay, and their problem is sustained effort. It's like they're emotionally avoidant, so they come in very strong, okay, but they cannot sustain it because they haven't done the work. I mean, when you get the Tower, it means like a sudden wake-up call. We got the Death card, something needs to transform, something needs to change, and the Seven of Wands is an indication that they need to release the temptation to fall back into a cycle. And I feel like they will find a solution, because the Seven of Wands, I feel like no one comes close to how you make them feel about themselves. Again, ego, that's the first thing that is coming through, but also no one comes close to making them feel about love, how they feel about you. Okay, that is two energies that are coming through. And I would say this person, there's an awakening upon this person and a restructure. There is going to be a point where this person wants to rebuild with you, but I would say with that Four Swords, because they're in a period of having a lot on their mind. I mean, this is how they feel about you. They think about you all the time, especially before they go to bed. Not just in a physical way, I want you to be aware. I feel it's more about love. You know, how you love them when no one else does. How you try and help them when no one else does. But this person is trying to work out, is it lust? Is it love? I feel deep down they know it's love because they've got the Empress energy there. But there's also something for some of your beautiful twin flames there. I feel this person has some sort of responsibility to a parent or guardian who is needing their care, is what I'm picking up on. And for some of you, not all of you, I feel they had an absent mother type figure or guardian type figure, or someone who is very aloof, untouchable, someone who didn't basically complete their duty of a loving guidance for whatever reason. And again, I'm not here to play the blame game. We all have our choices, we have options, and we make our choices, and we must be accountable for those choices. So I feel like your person also has to do that as well. But they're going through an awakening. They've got the soul activation. The Tower energy tells me that they are going through that awakening. And the Four Swords means that they are deeply in thought about the way their life has gone, the choices they made. And, you know, this is a card that indicates withdrawal. Okay, they're working out why they withdrew from this connection. And it's a period where they are contemplating change, because I definitely see that they're making some headway in transforming their life. But I really want to find out what this Empress energy is about for this person, because I'm getting two things. One is to nourish themselves, to fall in love with themselves on a more authentic level. Rather than accolades and pats on the back and attention, this person needs to really work out what love, healthy love for oneself really means. You know, stopping to smell the roses, seeing the interconnectedness in everything in the world, really opening their heart to more and being open to love. So I feel it's more that they're trusting unconditional love. They're trying to, and I feel that they see that this relationship has so much potential because you offer them so much nourishment. But I feel this person's been very cautious to get into this for a reason. So let me see a little bit more, because it can't just be that they wanted success. It can't just be that they were influenced by someone saying, go for success. We've got the Judgment card, we've got the Page of Cups, and we've got the Queen of Swords. Again, it comes back to like a very austere, logical type of matriarchal type figure who is either absent or moved around a lot or didn't quite give the twin, the attention they required. So that's coming out there as well. But I feel this person, they judge love. They genuinely judge love and how it has the potential to somehow abruptly end, or you know, when you've got the Judgment card, this is a card of another chance. So I feel this person, you haven't heard the last from them. I feel like there is another conversation coming. It may not be the romantic conversation you want. We do have the Page of Cups. So this person, at grassroots, a Page of Cups means that they are open-hearted, they are exploring their childhood, and it's the beginning of intimacy. But the Cup of Love starts for the self first. So this person's getting to know themselves a little bit deeper. I feel like they want to leave their past behind, whatever influence it's had on them. And I feel that this person wants to choose a healthier path where they can be more open. Now, what I see here with your person is they will tell you that they have been speaking to a counselor, or that they are about to book some sort of counseling. This person is serious about wanting to unlock whatever is in the way of them truly accepting love, because this is the sort of person that if you gave them a compliment, they'll bat it right back at you and give you one instead. So if you say, you look beautiful today, they're going to turn around and say, you know what, you look more beautiful, or they'll give you something else. They're avoidant. They are like, there's an impenetrable force around this person that you have felt yourself, but they themselves are wanting to break through it. This is a positive sign, okay? This indicates that they are in a period of nurturing themselves, that they are realizing that they are enough, that they are creating space for healthy love to come in and flourish. So pages, they bring news. I would say this person is going to message you. I would say there is still a level of detachment. I would say you're going to repeat a cycle with this person. So be a little bit mindful of that, okay? This person is going to take action and come towards you. We have mania love. Now, this is the outcome energy, okay? Things are still not quite settled in this union. It says here, this kind of love leads into madness and obsessiveness, often wanting a reinforcement of your own value, which can lead to codependency. There you go, okay? Something about this person, they need to know that they are loved. It's almost like they need to know a little bit more than everybody else, because there's an energy here of this person feeling like they're going to be left, or they've been left before, that's for sure, this person, or they felt somehow alone. And you have to be mindful of this energy, okay, because it will continue to repeat unless we just stop in our tracks and not enable it any further, which I feel like you're doing, okay? This actually promotes this person to actually do it alone. That Four of Swords is alone. So I want you to be aware that your actions of stepping back has influenced this person to really step forward in their own life and start to take accountability. Now, they're not doing it. They're not taking accountability for their actions in this whole union just yet. They're in the period of recognizing how their actions have impacted their life and prevented them from really grounding. The person you're dealing with, emotionally avoidant and drifting. Okay, that's what I'm getting from your person. And I feel a lot has to be done before this person can be in a position to offer you the love that you truly deserve and desire. I got to be honest with you, my beautiful Pisceans. Is there going to be a message, some sort of communication? Absolutely. Right now, looking at their energy, they're not speaking, and neither are you. It's a stalemate energy. So we do have some action with the man there, okay? Now, this is not a gender-specific reading. The man represents action in the Lenormand deck, change, transformation, and a knowingness that this is going to require work, okay? As you can see, this figure is actually rolling up their sleeves. They're getting ready to do some work. So I feel, you know, there has to be some sort of movement and improvement before you and your person can come together. Can you show me if there is going to be communication? Nine of Cups, the World card. A lesson has to be learnt first. There is a new cycle at play, but Nine of Cups would indicate that there is a message coming through, okay? If that is what you wish for, you shall achieve that desire. The Lover's card. There is a reuniting energy here. You and your person, there are some choices that need to be made, and both of you can complete the cycle and learn the lessons. I mean, I would say, if I'm looking at these cards, the World card indicates both of you really deep down mean the world to each other. For some of you, there is literally a distance, which kind of works better for this person, but it may not work better for you, my beautiful Pisceans. With the World card energy, I'm also being given an energy here of not just learning a lesson and completing a cycle, but deciding whether it is over or salvageable. Okay, so I feel it's important to recognize that in this dynamic. The Lovers card, of course, is the choice card, but it also represents two people coming together in authenticity and saying, look, this is me. And I feel this person, they tend to judge love. So they feel that they are also going to be judged in love, even though you offered unconditional love and love them no matter what, as long as they are honest and giving to this union. So unless there's change, I feel it will complete a cycle. However, I do feel that you will hear from this person, and their message may not be what you want it to be. I feel it's a message that may tell you about something that they are accomplishing. So it could be that they have a job abroad, if they're still in the working environment, or they may be contemplating moving abroad. It could be that they are telling you about their future plans on something. These are all things that they are thinking about. They haven't actioned yet, okay? But they may be kind of like highlighting that they're trying to get some counseling, something that will help move them forward. I get an energy of healthier boundaries, of something that maybe they're doing independently. Could be launching a business or an idea. And you may be like, well, what has that got to do with me? Why are you sending me this message? It's a way for them to reach out, okay, to open a dialogue. It will get romantic from there. They're going to explore their feelings and tell you more about how they feel. But initially, the message is not going to be what you're hoping for, okay? We've got the Devil card there, which highlights there's still something about this connection that is stuck or has a repetitive cycle that feels really hard and heavy to get out of. So it is going to be a process. The Devil card, I always say, it's not an evil card. It means you're constrained by something, sometimes even an illusion of fear, a fear of something that might happen, but never does. And we should never get locked into something that we feel might happen. If you've experienced something in the past that was hurtful, whether this person was in a high-level commitment and was cheated on or abandoned, we must recognize that that's in the past. It's not going to be repeated. So fear of what may happen can keep us stuck. And I feel there's something about this person that you're dealing with that has that at the root of their core. What if I get into a high-level commitment and we end up separating and divorcing? If this person has seen divorce or separation when they were younger, it could be that it's influenced the way they look at love, that love leaves, love is painful. So whatever it is, I feel this person has a lot of work to do before you both come together. We also have the Four of Pentacles. I got to be honest with these two cards, okay? Especially with the Mania card there. There's something about this person, they just cannot let you go. And you know that. And deep down, I feel like you don't really want them to let you go. But at the same time, they're not coming to you in a healthier energy. They have some work cut out for them, that's for sure. And I feel there's a possessiveness here. Okay, we can never own another person. Okay, it's all about choice. And I know, my beautiful Pisceans, you want this person to choose you every single day. You're not an option. You are the person. You are their twin. So I feel with that Lovers card that popped out there, there's a lot of love, but I feel this person, they have to show you with actions rather than just words that they choose you and come in reciprocity and give their love, care, and devotion to this union, and it can truly flourish and thrive. The Four of Pentacles tells me that this can be a long-term commitment. This can be a position where both of you find security in each other and, settle down together. But there must be a solid foundation, okay? There's something in this connection that needs to end. And I'm just going to pull one more before I go, because I would say that right now your person cannot offer you the love that you truly deserve. Five of Wands. Now, this highlights that there is some rivalry. I did mention it earlier. I feel like you're going to meet someone new, okay? Someone who has a lot of chemistry with you, but you get to decide whether you want to be with that person. But aside from that, with the Five of Wands, there's still some conflict. There is an energy here where both parties have to honor each other's differences, maybe even meet some sort of compromise at some point. yeah, I would say do not wait for your twin. You're in the training ground of life, right? Five of Wands is also to train. It is to get to a position where you can have success in a union. Five of Wands is basically, it's going to be a challenge, right? But with the Wheel of Fortune there, you're destined to have met each other, learn the lessons, and destiny will bring you together again once more. And again, we're ending on that Four of Pentacles, which tells me that this can be a secure and happy relationship. However, someone is holding on to something that is an obstacle in this union. And until they let go, which I highly suspect is your person, something from their past that, you know, it's not just easy. Can't just let go of something. It's going to require work. But as soon as that they can let go, then I feel you and your person can have a truly rewarding relationship and come back together in union and get married if you want to, because the Four of Pentacles can be for keeps. Okay, so please take it as it resonates. I would say next 6 weeks, it's still a process. This particular twin flame dynamic has quite a ways to go. Okay. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisceans? What do they need to know? Okay. We have, oh, my guide said to go one more, so I will. Thank you so much, Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels. Can you please guide my beautiful Pisceans? What do they need to know? I'm actually just seeing and hearing like a tumbler glass with some ice just clinking in the glass. Okay. So either you have just put some ice in a glass and you're about to have a drink, or maybe it can represent that this relationship is currently frozen, perhaps on purpose. Our guides will step in sometimes to make sure that both parties do the work before it can come together, or maybe it can represent that your person has some sort of substance that they need to let go of. Maybe they're numbing their feelings from something. So please take it as it resonates. I just saw the tumbler glass and then I heard the clinking of the ice in the glass. And then when I look back at the tumbler, I wish you could see what I can see, but then I saw the ice in the glass. So please take it as it resonates. I can't give you anything more than what I can see. I can only try to decode what I see. Okay. Now, finally, we got, I wish things were different. And I really do feel both parties actually feel that way. Okay. Please give me time to open up. Now, I got to be honest with this one. I feel like you've given this person ample time and opportunity because you've been in a cycle with this person. You know, sometimes the healthiest thing to do is step away, not to enable the behavior. Because if you put up with a cycle again and again and again, that person learns that it's okay to completely emulate the cycle. Okay. Even if they are conscious or not conscious of it. So I want you to be aware of that. I feel like the perfect thing you're doing right now is stepping away and focusing on your own life, my beautiful Pisceans, and the universe will draw you back together if and when the moment is right. I'm trying to move from cycles. There you go. So this person is trying. So there is, you know, some positivity here. This person is trying to make some headway. I hide my true desires for you. I would say that's true. Definitely. And I plan on contacting you soon. We did say there was a message coming through there. So I would say it's not going to be the message you want to hear, but eventually there will be a bit more of an open dialogue where you'll basically hear a little bit more, maybe get some answers. But I would say it's a process, this one. Okay. So I'm just going to go and get a trinket or a rune before we close. So we have, interesting, we have the bat. Okay, now the bat can represent someone coming in and draining energy, or maybe this situation is completely exhausting and you can't deal with it. Also, the bat can represent listening needs to occur. More listening needs to occur in this particular union. What else am I getting there? Could be there's something you're not seeing or something they're not seeing. I feel it's more on their side. There's something they're not seeing that they need to let go of, that they've been holding on to for quite some time, but intuitively they will be drawn from that. Okay, I'm hearing a song. Like a bat out of hell. Probably because we got the bat, of course. That's Meatloaf, right? I don't really know what those lyrics are, but I just heard it come through really quick. Maybe you're going to hear that song just before your person reaches out. Something about, I'll be gone before the... morning. Yeah, so this person not sustaining the relationship, not sustainable, but I feel like they want to. Whenever they get over whatever it is that's in the way of this, they will sustain the relationship. They will actually invest in it long term. But there's something they need to get over first. I'm going to look at those lyrics of that song because it may be relevant in some way to your particular reading, but I'm not really sure. I don't really know the song, of course, but it just came through there. But again, listen out for it because it may play and it may signal that you're about to hear from your person. We've also got the angel wing. Now, remember, whenever we get the angel wing, it means that we're protected, we are divinely guided, and also it can indicate that a message will be winging its way towards you. But I would say that you and your person, it's like your guides stepped in on purpose to pause you both so that you can both learn unconditional love for self, get comfortable with, getting to know yourselves on a deeper level, and focus on your life's purpose path. And then you'll take it from there. So I'll leave it there. I hope something resonates in that reading for you, my beautiful Pisceans. If it does, please like or subscribe to my channel. Completely free for you. All you have to do is press that little notification bell. Lets you know when I update my next message. Lets me know that you resonate with the reading, which is so important for me too. Thank you so much, my beautiful Pisceans, and love and light.